Hey everyone, it's Scott Norris here from Virtualiseme TV. Today I'm just going to create a power on and power off action for an entire deployment within VRA. Now for this, I'm just going to copy another action that I've already got, which was to tear down a deployment that had expired. Because if you've got software components, you can't tear down the box if they're off and expired because they've got to run the uninstalls. So first off, we need an input here as a catalog resource. And then I'm just going to cut and paste some code I've got here. Now these are calling other actions. I will show you the other actions in a little bit. These are obviously actions are great because you can reuse, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. Now we need deployment. I'll do deployment here. So this just gets the root resource no matter what the object type you put in. Now I'm just going to copy here from my tear deployments down, because I need the bulk of this, because part of that is that it cycles through and iterates through the deployment to grab all the machines to power on as part of the thing. So I'll just remove some of this code that I don't need. Yep. Yeah, don't need that. Traverse object is really where the magic happens. And we've already got a power on and power off and a reboot action. So I'm just going to be calling that action, which in turn makes the request to VRA. So we'll be able to see all that happen. I'll just put in the name here. Yeah, clean it up. Now this probably will not work the first time. Actually, I almost guarantee it won't, because this is the fun of writing workflows. Is you get an error and you continue on. So let's no, not a catalog. I need items. And yep, that'll do. Oh yeah, lovely red. All right, so all right, yep. So I actually don't need that top line in my code for the catalog resource, because this is coming through as an action. It's going to always be at the deployment level, so I don't need to worry about making sure I get the root deployment. So let's try that again, and a little bit further. So catalog resource not found. Yep, my bad, because I've renamed some things. There it is. And yep. So I want that just in case anyone runs it, to make sure that it is a deployment level. All right, ooh, more red, lovely. So I missed the service thing here. So I have to have the host, which I'm going to grab. Now I need to put that as an input as the VCAC catalog host. Now generally you'd set this as a catalog resource so that you can move it around and it'll always stay the same. And try that now. Oop, hey. So it doesn't have a power on option, so it must be a power. Let's have a look. Actually, it was 791. Oop. So yes, it's already on, so it doesn't have the power on option. So I'll just shut that down. Now while that's shutting down, we may as well create the power off one as well. So it's turning off. Yep. Turning off. My lab's not exactly the fastest thing on the planet. All right. So let's save this. Let's just duplicate this one and make it power off. Yep, now we just got to change one thing in here, which is great. And that's the action. So instead of a power on, we'll use a power off. And I'll write it here, for those who don't know, use the old control spacebar, which allows you to bring up actions like that. Now we can see that we want the name, description, reason, and wait for finish, which we've currently got set for true. Doobie doobie. All right. Done. Great thing about VRO is once you've got a good library of stuff, you can just constantly reuse. Doesn't take long to snap things together and then revisit them later if you need to clean it up. But these are the power on and off actions. As you can see, we've already got them in place. All right. Hey, look at that. And there it is. Power on. Awesome. So this is one deployment with one machine, so it's not really testing terribly much. Let's just do a little bit of tidy up here. And let's deploy something with a bit more machines in it. Good on NanoTrader. Yeah, that should have 4 machines in it. All right. See, what's that? Power on. All right, let's do a power off. And all right, so we can see they're just waiting for it to complete. So I'll be asleep for 10 seconds and then recheck to see its status. You should be able to see requests. There's a power off. All right, now we need to make this into an actual deployment. We can see we've got our resource mapping of deployment there. And now we need to add these 2 workflows as actions. So we go and choose the workflow. We can see we've got our deployment resource type. Awesome. And just fill in the details. Name. We've got nothing to really input here, so we'll just put in just some text, just saying, hit submit and power on all the machines in the deployment. Finish that. No, because it's sort of empty. I just don't want to clean it. Don't want to wipe it. Go and have a look. Oh, there's our power on. Submit. All right. Oh, there it is. Awesome. Working. So that's growing. Again, it's waiting for the machine to power on. We probably should not let it wait because it'll take a while. But let's wait for this to finish. Now do a super fast forward. And we are back. That should be done. Yep. Awesome. So now they're all on. We'll need to turn them off. I've only got the power on. So let's go and add the power off one. So the deployment resource type was added in 7.2, I believe it was. Prior to that, you couldn't do a deployment level 1. So deployment power on, off. Yep. Just use the same text. It's be anything, you can make it a bit more fancier, but this is just showing a point. Now you could even take these forms even further and have one and have it a full interactive form. Like, you know, do you want to power on or power off and have select buttons or drop downs, etc. Which we can have a look. I can demo in the next video. But let's do power off. Actually, no, I'll need to add it to the entitlements, which is always a pain in the bum. We add it to entitlements. Yep. Sweet. Power off. Yep. All right. Now we can see that it's found all those properties, but it's doing one at a time. Now this is going to be a problem because we've got 3, 4, you know, you could have 20 resources and you don't want your power off to take, you know, be a sequential serial fashion. So we might have to change that. So you can see there that's the first power off that it's doing, and it's waiting for it. So yeah, let's change that. So we take it from here, which is true, which is wait, to false. So this is already built into that action. This means that it's almost a fire and forget. We're not doing any checking. We're just making the power off, power on call, and then moving on to the next one. So we'll fast forwarded it here to show the that they're all powered off. That took some time, and it errored. Okay, so I need to just do it for machines, but it's grabbing every object there. And you can see there's my network name, so it's even gotten the network in there. So we need to change that. And we need to put an if in here, which will do the job, which is basically just saying if the reference type is virtual machine. Now, if you do an AWS, it's actually called cloud machine. So to do both, you'd put an or cloud machine. Here, I'm just worrying about vCenter for now. Yep, so we need to do that for, just test it. Okay. So let's copy that. Let's go to yep, let's indent that. Done. And a manual, let's indent that as well. All right. Now that should be okay. Let's just test it on the single one. Yep, bang, and it's finished. Hasn't actually waited. So let's go and check to make sure that's triggered. Oh no, it's not found because it's power on. What state is it in? Off. No, power off. Done. You can see it just launched the request. And there it is. And didn't wait for it. So all these, hopefully, should be off. And now we can just go turn on. No. Turn on. Submit that. Now it should. do that. We'll just go through all of them. Bang, bang, bang. Power on, power on, power on. And then they all are. So much easier than out of the box power on. This is a great thing about VRA is the extensibility. You can pretty much do anything you want. And with that, that's another wrap. And yeah, next time we'll have a look at some other cool stuff. Anyway, cheers. Bye.